I just want to say that I am very sorry to all the people that I have been lying to over the years, but I figured now's the time to come out and actually, well, admit something. I hate Halloween. Oh my god, why the. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Miguel Perez, and today we're playing some Apex Legends. I think this is the first time that I'm ever gonna solo queue duos on a video, which, thinking about it now, I should have just done that from the start. While we're queuing up, I gotta clarify something. What you heard in the beginning of this video, where I said I hated Halloween, is, well, it's true. Everybody has their favorite holiday. It can be Christmas, it can be Easter, Thanksgiving, but the most common, well, favorite holiday from the people that I hang out with, it's always been Halloween. I'm 22 years old as I'm recording this video, and in those 22 years of my life, I have never been able to properly enjoy Halloween. And people have tried their best to try to get me to have a little bit of fun, to try to, at the very least, well, let myself loose and actually enjoy what the holiday has to offer. And every time, it has always ended in an absolute disaster. I am sticking with Space Mom over here. I cannot believe I just said that. Now that I think about it, I really should have warmed up before, well, solo queuing. I'm gonna wing it and try to land on the market. Now, to everybody watching that actually enjoys Halloween and who probably is gonna, well, not want to subscribe to me anymore, I do have my reasons for it, and I am going to go over those very specific reasons right now. So growing up, I was raised in a very, very religious family. I'm not throwing shade on any religion whatsoever. I myself am a religious person. There have been times where I have constantly felt a lot of unnecessary pressure because of it. For starters, I'm the oldest child in my family. Oh, look. I got some loot. Oh, car SMG. Yes, please. I will take that. Thank you so much. You are so nice. So being the oldest child, well, it's a lot of pressure. You have to live up to so many people's expectations. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. Well, and even if you're not the oldest child, well, here's a newsflash for you. It's not all sunshine and rainbows as sometimes it might seem. As the oldest, you are constantly bombarded with people, well, expecting nothing but the best. They want you to always be on your best behavior. They want you to always, well, treat others with respect. Which isn't a bad thing, it's a great thing. You should always treat everybody with respect. Pretty much treat others the way that you want to be treated. That's the way that I was raised. But imagine that kind of attitude if you ever did anything that was, well, against it. Even so much as one time, it's game over. That's pretty much my childhood. Again, I'm not throwing shade on my parents. I love my parents. They've done so much for me, and it is only fair that I do so much for them in return. But I feel like people, specifically religious parents, oftentimes forget is that, well, kids are still kids. They're still going to make mistakes, and sometimes you're not always going to be around to, well, correct them.
Round 2, beginning ring countdown.
Oh, I'm in the ring already. Grenade out!
Okay, I dealt some damage to the shields. Thinking about it now, I really should have picked up a sniper instead. Whoop! Yay, I'm getting shot at.
Grenade flung. Enemy shield. I'm out of heavy ammo.
No! Going back to the topic, obviously, well, you're not always gonna know what is right, what is wrong, and sometimes things that seem innocent might end up being wrong. And vice versa, sometimes things that can be seen as bad might actually be, well, good for somebody. going back to the topic of Halloween, this is something that I, well, really tried my best to enjoy whenever I had the chance. And in religious households, Halloween is strictly forbidden. Nobody's supposed to celebrate Halloween. You're not supposed to dress up, hand out candy, go to any parties, or, well, pretty much do anything fun. Whereas in, well, mainstream tradition, which is kind of a weird way of putting it, but I'll just stick with it anyway, all that stuff is allowed. Yeah, there are people that, well, can actually, well, participate in that stuff responsibly, but then there are others that just go all out crazy. Why do I get the feeling that I just hot dropped into perhaps one of the most contested zones on the map? I was right. I did land in the worst place possible. I have seen, well, all sorts of different people out on Halloween. Both the responsible people who can actually, well, as the name suggests, hold in their stuff, and I have also seen those that just go all out crazy. What the? I was close! I remember the very first, well, Halloween themed party that I went in was in middle school. I think if I remember correctly, I just showed up in a basic black t-shirt with like some really baggy jeans, and I just called myself Steve Jobs. That costume party ended up getting, well, a noise complaint, so we had to stop it a lot earlier than we would have liked. And I feel like that's the most tame story that I have from Halloween. I did go to a few parties when I was in high school. High school Halloween parties, on the other hand, well, those were wild. And me being the only straight edge guy, I remember everything that happened during those parties. And believe me when I tell you that it was a nightmare. Things get so wild, a lot of things ended up breaking, and I could honestly make videos on all of those events. And I feel like the worst came the day after Halloween. Because the day after Halloween, regardless of whether or not I participated or not, I would always hear constant criticism, either from my parents because I decided to celebrate it, or from my friends because I decided not to. I'm taking fire. Managed to hit that guy for some damage. Oh, but I better patch myself up. I feel like it was those days though that really taught me the lesson that no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to make everybody happy. Wait! Ah, somebody came from behind.
You should try it.
No matter what I would do, I would always end up disappointing my parents, my friends. I would disappoint everybody whenever Halloween came along. I didn't want to choose between one side or another because I do care about both sides. I feel like the best decision that I ever made, for myself at least, well, was to just simply not do anything. When Halloween comes around, I never go outside. I don't go out with my family, I don't go out with my friends, and instead I would honestly just much rather stay at home by myself doing, well, whatever it is that I feel like it. Most of the time I'm gonna end up playing video games, and if I feel like it, I'll just go back and just watch some old series that I haven't seen in a while. I do not want to throw shade at anybody. This video is not a rant, well, it kind of is. I don't want to rub any salt on some wounds. I just want to say how things are, the reason why I don't like certain things, and Trust me, there is a lot of them. Well, that's gonna be the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.